Morons Hacks.
Hello everyone, it's the Morons Hacks channel. In today's video I'll show you 10 Android features that still make it better than iOS and iPhones. Your friends may still be waiting in line to buy a new iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, but while they're out there braving the unpredictable weather, you're inside your cozy house customizing the heck out of your Android device. That's the beauty of being an Android user. You can tweak the interface, change up the icons on individual apps, and plop widget wherever you see fit. Can your iPhone-loving friend do that? Apple's new iOS 8 may have blatantly appropriated some of Android's marquee features like the notifications panel and support for third-party keyboards, but it still misses some of what Android users love about the mobile operating system. Your Apple-using friends may try to rub your nose in their shiny new version of iOS on their shiny new iPhone, so here are 10 features that Android has that you can retort with. And of course, don't forget to remind them that Android Lollipop is available now and that it has even more features to boast about.
First, better app management.
In Android setting menu, under Application Manager, you can force quit and uninstall apps as you see fit. You can also clear the cache for apps that are acting up or view how much storage space each app takes up. And if your carrier bundles bloatware on your device, you can disable it in stock Android or hide it entirely on Samsung and LG's user interfaces. Best of all, you can choose your own app defaults, so if you really don't want to use Google Chrome as your browser, for example, you can choose something else from the Google Play Store. iOS 8 merely allows you to force quit an application by swiping up on the app in the app switcher. You can delete an app by long pressing it on the interface or through iTunes, but you don't have much control over whether or not you want to use Safari as your default browser, for example, and not many applications offer transparent options for limiting how much room its data takes up.
Second, widgets on home and lock screens.
It's wonderful that Apple finally allowed widgets inside iOS notifications panel. But it's too little too late. Android users have been able to plop widgets on both the home screen and the lock screen for years now. Most widgets come bundled with an application when you download it from the Google Play Store. For example, there are even customizable widgets available, which lets you create custom widgets for your home screen.
3.
Total interface customization. iOS 8 may have a few neat new interface perks, but the overall interface of Apple's mobile operating system hasn't evolved much over the years. It's still the same old grid of icons, one stacked after the other. You can't hide apps and you still have to cycle through various screens to find the app you want to use. You can't even change the icons or really customize how things appear, save for changing the wallpaper. Android allows you to customize the interface as you see fit. You can move icons around, group them however you like, ban apps to the application drawer so that they are there if you need them but aren't taking up home screen space, and toss in a few widgets to change it up a bit. You can even use apps like Beautiful Icons Tiler to quickly change the icons on your home screen. And if you really want an interface makeover, you can download one of the many different launcher apps in the Google Play Store to tweak every little nook and cranny of your Android interface.
4.
Transit directions in Maps. Apple may have fixed its Maps app since its disastrous launch in iOS 6, but when you ask it for direction, it still won't tell you how to get there by bus. Google Maps offers options for different types of transit too, so if you decide to take a boat, bus or train to get to where you are going, you are covered. And while some might not be too crazy about the fact that there is Uber integration in Google Maps, at least you have the option to call for a ride when you are in a bind.
5. Easy split screen multitasking. While split screen multitasking isn't a feature that comes with stock Android, manufacturers like LG and Samsung have made it a standard part of their interfaces. Samsung calls it multi-window mode and LG calls it dual window, but both do exactly the same thing, allow you to use two apps simultaneously side by side. It's something that every large screen phone or tablet should have to make it easier to flip between apps. But as you know, iOS have small screens, so maybe that's the reason they don't have split screen multitasking.
At present, iOS 8 doesn't have a feature for split screen multitasking. 6. Individual user profiles. There is nothing worse than having to share your device with a kid or a friend. They're already getting their grubby, sticky fingers all over your phone or tablet, and now you have to accommodate them with apps to keep them entertained. That's why Android's profiles were a welcome respite for all the inevitable gadget sharing. It essentially allows you to create different partitions in the operating system with its own custom apps and settings. This feature is currently available in the new Android Lollipop. This is still impossible in iOS.
7. NFC available for more than tap to pay. It's pretty cool that iOS users can use the NFC chip in their new iPhones to pay for stuff, except that Apple Pay won't be available for another month. Android users already have this capability and the ability to do more than just pay for stuff. Apple won't open up the NFC capabilities to other developers in iOS 8, so while you can use your Android phone to do things like walk into a room and swipe the phone on an NFC tag to engage Do Not Disturb mode, your iPhone using friend can only use his smartphone to pay for things like nachos at the baseball game. Been there, done that. 8. Keep music, movies and more stuff on a micro SD card. Apple requires as much as 5.8 GB of free space before it will let you upgrade your iPhone to iOS 8, which has caused a lot of users to go through deletion anxiety. It wouldn't be such an issue if iOS users could store their videos, images and music on a micro SD card. Android users can, if you want, up to 128 GB more room to store photos, music and videos. All you have to do is buy the micro SD card and then pop it into the phone or tablet. And while it's true that Android KitKat nixed some of the powerful abilities of expandable storage, you can at least move over those files as you see fit. Oh, and you can use a USB flash drive too. 9. More phone security options. The iPhone lets you swipe, scan a fingerprint or enter in a 4-number PIN number to unlock your device. Android offers more choices. You can enter in a PIN number that's 4 or more numbers, trace a pattern across a grid of dots, have Android scan on your face, or use a super long password to unlock the phone. Samsung's Galaxy S5 also lets you use a fingerprint scanner if you wish so, while the LG G3 has its neat knock code. Also, when you encrypt your Android device, the OS requires that you set up a PIN number or pattern to keep your phone locked up. It's one good way to get in the habit of password protecting your phone, and if all else fails and you still lose your device, you can track it down with the web-based Android Device Manager. 10. Installing apps from the web or anywhere you want. This is simply one of the best things about the Android. If you want to install an app, you can type in playgoogle.com from any browser, log in with your Google account and hit install to download an app immediately to any of your linked Android devices. The iTunes App Store doesn't really exist on the web for iOS devices. If you click to install an app, it opens up this stupid iTunes or the mobile app store app on a device. Also cool, if you want to try out a new app that is better or simply can't wait for the Google Play Store to push out an update, all you have to do is download from the appropriate APK from a trusted source and then sideload it onto your device. You don't need to be a hacker to do this, and it's easy to do hacks like this that make Android that much more customizable than iOS. So Android is better. Thank you. Oh, and 11, I almost forgot, this is a bonus pros in this video. I hate these small fucking screens of iPhones. They are so small that I need magnifying glass to see what I want to see. They are just so fucking small. Android devices have a large capabilities of different options and different displays, so you can choose the right size for you. So again, Apple sucks.